Yeah. Seems like whenever I make a video, somebody has to stop to see what I'm doing. Hey everybody, how you doing? If you like the video, hit subscribe. I appreciate it.
I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Check it out. I'm inside a 2002 Honda CR-V. Kind of poking my head in the engine compartment here. Evidently, my wife came home and said that the fans weren't working. And there's two fans in this thing. There's an AC fan and there's actually a radiator fan. And if both fans aren't working, because the AC fan comes on when you turn the AC on, the radiator fan comes on when the electronically controlled temperature switch says to come on. If they're not coming on, then chances are either it's a relay or it's the switch. And how can you tell if it's the relay or the switch? It's a really simple way to tell. You can use a paper clip and kind of ground out the ECT switch. And if the fans come on, well then there you go, it's the switch. But if you don't know if it's the switch, or if you're having problems and you want to know if it's the actual relays, I'll show you how to fix that too. But basically there's an easy way to check for that as well. So let's get to it. Okay, since we're in the engine compartment, let's take a look here. This is the fuse box and the relay box, or whatever you want to call it. It's right beside the battery in the 2002 Honda CR-V. If you look, you got a couple different things right here. You got some diagrams, you have a clutch, but you have a condenser fan right there, right? And the condenser fan relay is actually what makes the radiator fan work. You also have a cooling fan relay, and that turns on the cooling fan. So this is the AC fan, this is the cooling fan. There's your heater motor control, and there's a cooling fan relay up here. Now on mine, if you'll take a look, this one looks the same, and that one looks the same, but this one does not. So you can't really swap them out to see, but what you can do is you can swap this relay with this relay and see if the fan comes on. Now, if you're going to do this, you have to let the car warm up. Once the car gets warm and the switch works, then you can know if your fan works. So that may take a while. Yeah. Now, since this doesn't work and you can swap these two out and see if the relay is good, the easiest way to check to see if your fans are good, the wire's good, the switch is good, the relays are good, is just use that paper clip. Okay, so here's the deal. We're back in the engine compartment a little further over. If you look in your engine compartment, here's the top of the motor, and there's a little spot down there as your air intake hose. If you look down in there, there's a little plug right there, and there is the ECT switch, or the basically temperature switch. I have it unplugged. If you kind of look, and I know it's going to be hard to tell, maybe I'll try to use the power of the zoom. Yeah, if you look right there, I don't really have a paper clip plugged in there because I couldn't find one because this is the year 2018. What the hell you need a paper clip for? But I do have a safety pin stuck in there. So I pulled the head off a safety pin and I stuck it in that switch. Or the connector, I should say, to the switch. The little connector right there. So that did the same thing as the paper clip. Now in order to get the switch unplugged, you just get this little thing you have to squeeze. Can you see it right there? You just squeeze it and pull it out using your man hands. Just be careful not to break the wires. If you put the paper clip in there, and the barrel connector right there, and you turn your key and turn the car on, and then you hit your AC button in the car, if both these fans come on, then the problem is the switch. That switch guy right there. And I'm going to bet you $1 that's exactly what it is. Hey, okay, so you know what, don't bet me the $1 because you're going to lose it, because you'll lose your money primarily because I already know what the issue is. Alright? So there you go. Save your money. You know, that's what I like to do. I'm a cheap geek, man. I like to fix my own stuff. I do my own stuff, DIY, like, you know, gizmos and gadgets and electronics and computers and cameras. I like all that stuff. Plus, I do a little bit of a mechanic, and, you know, because it primarily boils down to money. I don't have any. Okay, so we need to turn the air conditioner switch on to see if the fans are going to actuate. And by actuate, I just mean come on. So the easy way to do that is you put the key in the ignition, turn it to the on position to where the car's not actually running, and then you go and you actually press. That's the froster. It's not coming on. Here's something very important. Make sure you actually have the switch turned on. This controls your fan. This is your fan blower motor switch. If you don't have it on, it won't come on. Bam! Okay, so we're back in the front of the car. The car is not on, but look, both fans are running. That one's going and that one's going. Nice. This tells us that both relays are good because the blower motor came on, right? Anyway, it tells us that both relays are good. It also tells us that the wires going to the fans are good. It tells us that the wire coming off the ignition is good. It tells us that both fans actually work, and they're obviously good. So the only thing left in common that controls the entire thing is the ECT switch, or just basically your temperature switch. You can get this switch off of Amazon for like 12 bucks or something like that. You can go to Advanced Auto Parts or another place and get it for like double that, sometimes triple. So if you have a chance to figure out what it is, go ahead and buy it and then fix it. Now, here's a little tip for you. And I don't recommend this for too long, but you can leave that paper clip in there with both your fans running so that when you're driving the car, both fans are on until you get an opportunity to fix it. Now, how long you should go like that, that's purely up to you, man. But I would do it for, you could do it for a day or two maybe, but, don't really risk it. But if you have to, if you're in a pinch, man, you can totally do that. So let's replace this switch. There you go. I got a new one. So I'm going to put a link in the description, by the way, if you want to buy it off Amazon. But anyway, I couldn't wait. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Get it out of there. There we go. There's a little rubber O-ring right here, and that is so you don't have to put Teflon on this, so don't put Teflon on it. You just need to get it in there, make sure the mating surfaces are nice and good, and then give it just a little snug. So yeah, it's 24 millimeters. You're going to need a deep socket, and your size may be a little different. Could be 19, could be 22. Mine's 24, and yeah, it needs to be deep because you got to worry about this thing. I'm going to try to get my big fat man hands down there to replace this switch, but primarily what it boils down to is you unscrew the old one and then you screw the new one in, and then you plug in the little connector down there, and that's it. I really don't think I'm going to be able to film it and show you guys while actually having to take all this stuff apart. And to be honest with you, it's getting dark, windy, and cold, so yeah, it was actually a whole lot easier to get to. I had to take the air intake hose off because it was just too hard. But if you take that off, now here's the deal. When you pull this out, you're going to get some coolant that comes out of there. But if you're quick, it's not much at all. We're talking, I don't know, maybe 12 ounces or so. But if you do that and you get antifreeze on your driveway, make sure you rinse it off so you don't kill a squirrel or a dog or a cat or a chicken or something like that. You got to take the paper clip out and then basically push the plug back onto the new. Now this thing is keyed, so it only goes on one way. So there we go. Nice. Just on a side note, if you want to know how to fix this, what you can do is you can take this switch and you can basically put it in a pan and slather it with coconut oil and then slide it off into the trash. It's nice. Vacuum leaks are for suckers. Got a little clip broke, so I'm using a dollar store zip tie to fix it. Alright, so if you've gone through and you've replaced the switch and you need to test it, you pull the paper clip, you put the connector back on, you put your air filter hose, you did all your stuff, you secured it all. See, because if you have removed the paper clip, put the connector back on, and you crank it up, and you press the switch, the AC switch, and both fans come on, then you're good. It was the switch, because the switch was broken before, and that's why the fans weren't coming on. So that's an easy way to check. Anyway, I got to crank it up and see what happens. Alright, well there you go. It's fixed for now. Should be fine. Hey, if you like this video, a little thumbs up and subscribe be nice. If you do subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified when I do make new videos. Yeah, see, because I have a little bit of a goal this year. This year is to make 50,000 subscribers, so you can really help me out. So give it a shot. Like this?
I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter. Peanut butter. I like